Mainstream science tells us that our body is made up of two-thirds water, but when we go deeper into this and observe this on a molecular level, it turns out that our molecules are actually comprised of 99% water. So it's safe to say that water is very vital to the human body. But exactly what type of water should we be consuming in order to give our bodies the proper and most optimal fuel possible? Peace, light, and love, family. Welcome back to the Divine Illumination. I'm Jay Capri, your intergalactic light warrior, and today we will be discussing how to properly hydrate our bodies and improve our overall health. Let's get it. The first thing that we must understand today is that we are beings of light and we are also beings of water. So we are a divine mixture of these two energies. So it only makes sense that we better understand the science of water and the science of light to better understand our own bodies, right? In today's society, we're surrounded by a vast amount of different chemicals and toxins, and we pick up on these chemicals and toxins just going about our everyday life. It's things like lead, mercury, chlorine, fluoride, microplastics, etc. And it's in the air that we breathe, it's in the food that we eat, it's in the water that we drink. And when we pick up on all of these toxins, they build up in our system and they create a mucus response. They create a lot of mucus in our body. And mucus is positive ions. And when we have an excess amount of positive ions in our body or mucus, it ends up blocking our circulation, and then we end up getting backed up, and causes further health problems, right? But the way for us to eliminate these positive ions is to bring in more negative ions. Now, there's a few different ways to do that, but today we're talking about water, so we're going to see how water can bring in more negative ions and reduce the amount of mucus and improve circulation in our bodies. So the water that we're going to be consuming to do this is not your typical mainstream water. It's not your typical H2O, right? It's going to be it's going to be the fourth phase of water, which falls in between the solid and liquid state of the H2O. And this is going to be your H3O2. And this H3O2 is very beneficial for us, first of all, because it is structured water. And what that means is the molecular structure of this water is in a hexagonal shape. And anything that resonates in a divine frequency like that is going to better resonate with your body, meaning it's going to interact with your body a lot better and a lot more cohesively than the H2O would, because the H2O is like scrambled molecules. There's no structure. There's no real structure to it. It's just kind of doing whatever it's doing, and your body has to. It's not as easy for it to be digested into your system than that structured water would be. This structured water was recently rediscovered and brought to the public by a man named Dr. Gerald Pollack. And in his studies, he found that inside of this structured water is something called an easy zone, right? Or exclusion zone. And in this easy zone, it means that all of the chemicals and impurities were pushed out and away from the water substance and left with only a a group of negative ions. So it pushed out all of the impurities, and it was able to, inside of the structured water was just pure negative ions that, like we were talking about earlier, is going to enter your body and cancel out those positive ions and reduce mucus and inflammation in your body. So what initiates that process of producing and accumulating that easy zone area and accumulating those negative ions would be light. And the light that does it most efficiently would be your sunlight. So now when we look at plants, fruits or vegetables that have been sitting in the sun their whole life cycle, they sit there and they store and accumulate more and more of that easy zone structured water, more and more of those negative ions, right? And when you consume a fruit or a vegetable, more so a fruit because they have higher water content. So when you consume that fruit, you're getting pure H3O2, pure structured water, pure negative ions entering your body, as breaking up that coagulation and any blockages in your system, flushing you out and allowing your system to flow more smoothly and efficiently. So it's very important that we start to consume more and more fruits and vegetables, more and more fruits, because we get in that H3O2, that structured water, to properly fuel our body and heal any impurities within our body and flush out the toxins, flush out all of those chemicals that we pick up on a daily basis. Any disease, any illness can be reversed. So this is how we do it, by bringing in things that will reverse those positive ions, bring in more negative ions to cancel out those positive ions, and then reduce the mucus, reduce the inflammation, allowing our body to flow properly, right? We can also turn our regular water into H3O2. Sometimes what I like to do is squeeze a little lemon juice, a lime juice, whatever, some citrus. Squeeze a little lemon juice in your water. Let the lemon sit in there, and bring that glass of water outside and let it sit in the sunlight. Because, like we said earlier, that light initiates that process of expanding that easy zone and expanding the amount of negative ions that's in that water. So you let it sit outside for about 30 minutes or so, and then you consume that water. That's another way to bring more H3O2 into your system. Turn that regular H2O into H3O2 in that manner. I hope you were able to take something away from this video, and I was able to put a few more tools in your arsenal for you to be able to heal yourself in the right way. It's all about healing ourselves right now, healing, evolving, accumulating more knowledge and wisdom, and put it in practice. This knowledge is nothing if we don't use it, right? We have to put this knowledge to use. So I hope I was able to help you, and I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all happy healing. Much love. I'm out.